Booktube, Science Fiction Reads here with a few new books and just a kind of general library update. You may notice everything looks a little different, or a lot different, because I completely rearranged my shelves alphabetically, which was, well, it shouldn't have been that hard, but I organized it various different ways, so it took many, many days. And I'm still not sure I like it. It certainly doesn't look as impressive. I don't have a lot of my favorite stuff behind me anymore, which is not great, but the collection has reached critical mass and I don't know what I have anymore, so I had to buy some shelves and organize a little better, but maybe I'll show it off a bit after. So I got a few books here. I'll start with the weirdest one by Miguel Angel Asturias, a Nobel Prize winner, although I can't remember, because I looked this in the author up. I can't remember what he won the Nobel Prize for, but this is some sort of bizarre fantasy. Some sort of wizard makes a deal with the Corn Devil. All he has to do to get unlimited wealth is seduce some women during a church mass, and I guess it leads to chaos from there. It's a pretty poor description, but if you look it up online, it's hard to figure out just what the hell this thing is about. I picked it up because it's weird. It's got that awesome art. I can't remember who painted that, but I remember learning about it in a college course. And I mean, it's like in great shape. When was this written? 1982, it looks like. Just seems really strange. Real random here. Raymond E. Feist and Jenny Wirtz, Servant of the Empire. I only grabbed this because, again, it was basically, you know, it was like 50 cents or $1, and it's a great shape, and it's the sequel to, I think, Daughter of the Empire? Yeah. So just some sort of fantasy that interested me at some point when I was looking into it. I grabbed the first one, and now I have the second. I've never read any Raymond Feist. Same situation here. Chung Ko Book 2 by David Wingrove, The Broken Wheel. I just had the first book in this series in my last book haul, I believe. And I saw this one and grabbed it. And it actually sounds pretty damn interesting if you look it up online. Kind of a big future history type thing, I believe. H.B. Piper, I may have read some sort of short stories by him, but otherwise I've read nothing. I'm super interested in reading his stuff because he has a future history that a lot of his stories take place in. This is Lord Calvin of Otherwen, which is an awesome title. They had another one at this bookstore I went to called Empire, which I thought I had, but I was wrong, so that's frustrating. Marion Zimmer Bradley, Darkover Landfall. Her Darkover series is massive. It's like a science fantasy. I'm not that interested in it, but this is the first one chronologically. And it was, you know, a cheap book club edition with awesome cover art. So I grabbed that. I have another one of hers in hardcover, which is, I think, is when like humanity rediscovers the people who are lost on this planet due to, I believe, this crash right here. Something I've been kind of curious about. I don't think I would read the whole series. It's not really my thing, but I'm curious about the first one anyway. And then I doubt I'll ever read these, but these were free at a library sale. They had like a free section. That both first edition hardcovers, Neil Stephenson. It's just the first two books in the Baroque cycle. These are massive. I'm interested in like the subject matter, but having read his stuff before, I can't imagine, at least not in the near future, having the focus or the discipline to read these three giants. I've loved everything I read by him, but I mean, Seven Eves was good, but just crazy long. So that's it. Not many new books, but I do have the new shelves, the new arrangement, which I think I will show off here. So here's the newly organized shelves, the three that are normally behind me. Alphabetized for the first time, which there's a couple things I'm gonna have to learn to accept if I'm gonna keep it this way. There's some stuff I don't like that just comes with organizing by alphabet. But here we are. I tried a couple different configurations, but decided to go clear across the top of these 3 specific shelves. So, I mean, it brings into frame a lot of stuff that is normally never seen. I just realized these were supposed to be in the book haul. These I also just got. These were at a thrift store, 50 cents each. But I wanted them on the shelves so they looked nice and clean for the first video, and I totally forgot about them. I've not read much Blish, but I'm really enjoying older authors from the 40s up through the 70s lately, so he's one I want to get to. And yeah, just on and on, with some negative space in the bottom, so I still have room. So that's all the paperbacks up to a certain height. And then what didn't fit is on the bottom of the 4th shelf, alphabetized, and really there's not too much. And I had to keep a couple shelves devoted to two of my favorite authors. I wouldn't say my 2 favorite, but Reynolds, my favorite science fiction author, and Neil Asher. Couldn't just put them wherever they would fit normally. Had to keep some space devoted to them. And then the new edition, which is just reserved for hardcovers. I thought when I bought it, surely they'd all fit, but no, there's still a box full of hardcovers that I just couldn't fit. So those are also mostly alphabetized. Well, completely alphabetized, aside from one of the downsides of alphabetizing. For instance, this is my favorite science fiction novel, SF novel, Fire Upon the Deep by Werner Vinge. It's a first edition, which cost over 100 Canadian. I'm not going to put that down where it belongs, where the dog and the cats can get at it. So that stays up there. And for the most part, before this, I had all of my authors' books all in one area for the most part. So now I've got, for Anderson, for instance, he's over here. He's over here. And he's over here. That's kind of annoying, but I've got to admit, it's worth it because this looks much cleaner. It's much easier to find stuff. I was having trouble all the time finding stuff and just buying books I already had. Another thing I don't like, though, is like all my Nivens, they once all had their own shelf, but now they're split, are beginning to be split across totally different bookshelves. That's kind of annoying. I started out with them going down each shelf alphabetically, but then I had like my really nice Signet collection of Clarks, like right at the bottom, again, right where the dog likes to lie. And I just couldn't, I couldn't have them down there. What's down there now is just a bunch of random W's. I've left some negative space because this is surely going to fill up quick. Yeah, I'd have to say it comes with some frustrations if you're stubborn like myself, but I don't know if I even showed I can't remember if I showed, there's just the hardcovers of Clark's and Asimov's up there and anthologies over there. I think it'll take some getting used to, but it's going to make life easier. But as always, thanks for watching, and see you next time.